speaking to my team here. You know what I mean? You're my team here today. And the girls, you know, I remember the Olympics. Our girls came in with a 115 game winning streak. And before they could blink their eyes, they were 0-3. If they lost tonight, they couldn't go, they don't make the round to win the championship. So they asked me to talk to them. Well, I said, what's wrong with your coach? He said, he's too old. I said, well, I'm a lot older than he is. And you want me to talk to the team? He said, yeah, we want you to talk to our team. So I said, okay, bring them out. I'll talk to them. We won the gold medal in baseball, and the girls won the gold medal in softball. I want you to know that. So I think everybody realizes what it's like to perform in the Olympics, representing your country. It's a privilege and an honor to be able to do that. And you are baseball players and softball players. The big thing about it is that when you put the uniform on, wear it with pride and dignity and character. You put that uniform on to represent this school. And you must represent this school to the highest degree of class and dignity. You gotta believe that your team can be #1. If you believe it, you can achieve it. You see, there are 3 types of players, and I've told my players this. #1 is the one who makes it happen. #2 is the one who watches it happen. And #3 is the one who wonders what has happened. You must make it happen. When you put that baseball uniform on, you give it everything that you have. You give it every effort that you have in that body of yours. Nobody could ever criticize you if you give it to the best of your ability. And I used to tell my players, you play for the name on the front of your shirt and not for the name on the back of your shirt. Because when you play for the name on the back of the shirt, you become an individualist. An individualist will win trophies and plaques, but playing for the team will win championships. This team can beat any team that you play. All you have to do is walk out on that field and believe it. And the one word that is so very, very important is execution. If the coach tells you to bunt, you bunt. If the coach tells you to hit and run, you play the hit and run. You play the game and do it like you're supposed to play it, you're going to beat a lot of teams. So remember that. It's execution. You must execute every phase of the game. If you do that, I guarantee you'll win the game because the other team won't do it. I want all of you, this one team, all of you get on one end of a rope and pull together. You can pull the rest of the teams with you because you're going to be playing for the name on the back of your, in front of your shirt and not on the back of your shirt when you do that. If you all get on one end of a rope and pull together, you can beat anybody in your class. If you want to win, you got to pay the price. And the price of success can only come through the avenue of hard work. Whatever position you play, you say to yourself, I want to be the best. You're a shortstop, I want to be the best. You're an outfielder, I want to be the best. You're a catcher, I want to be the best. If you put that in your mind, it can be done. But you got to all do it together. No one man is going to make your team win. It's going to be a team victory. And it's the same thing that applies to you up there. Same principle of the thing. You got to believe when you go out on that field that you can win. But you got to do it together. You got to execute. That's all it is. Execution. You know, we learn 3 ways in life. We learn by conversation. Just think how much you have learned already in your short life. Learned a lot. Conversation, the letter C. And then we learn by observation, what you've seen. Look. You've learned a lot just looking, the letter O. And then P, participation. You got to participate and do things. So what's it spelled? C-O-P spells cop. And you remember those 3 letters. It's C-O-P, conversation, observation, and participation. Okay? Can you guys remember that? You, tell me.
Conversation, observation, and participation.
Did very well. Tell me.
Conversation, observation, participation.
That's great. But remember, and live by it. You got to live by it. That's the way you're going to be. Because that's the only way you're going to learn. You're going to learn through conversation. You're going to learn through talking to your teachers. You're going to learn talking to your parents. You could be anything you want to be in this country. And if you're not doing the things the best of your ability, all you're doing is alibiing. You cannot live a life of alibiing or blaming somebody else. You got to want something, you can do it because you live in the greatest country in the world. The land of opportunity. You can, what would you want to be? What's your goal? What do you want to be?
Contractor.
A what?
A contractor.
A contractor? Who's going to stop you from being a contractor?
Nobody.
Nobody but yourself. You're the only one who can stop you from being what you want to be. What do you want to be?
Professional baseball player.
Right? You could be. When I was 16 years old, I signed my first contract for $100 a month to play professional baseball. Now, how old are you?
16.
That's just your age. And I went away to play professional baseball. You can be anything. What do you want to be? Who? You want to be your own boss? You can be anything you want to be. What do you want to be?
A singer.
Huh?
A singer.
A what?
A singer.
Singer? Who can stop you from being a singer? Nobody but yourself. You're the only one who can stop you from reaching your goals in life. Set your goals. It's time right now for you to set your goals on what you want to be. And whatever it is, you got to pay the price. You got to work at it. Nobody's going to hand it to you. I've been in baseball. I've been with the Dodgers 64 years. I worked hard to get to baseball when I was a player. I didn't think I was going to get to the big leagues, but I loved the game. And I signed a contract. And I got to the big leagues. And then I became a manager, and I got to the big leagues as a manager. Because that's what I wanted to be. And all I had to do was pay the price. I went after everything that I could to show them that I belonged at that position they gave me. And you can be anything you want to be. What do you want to be?
An architect.
An architect. Who's going to stop you from being an architect? Nobody. Nobody but yourself. When you get up in the morning, you look in that mirror. You're going to look in there to either brush your teeth or wash your face when you're going to look at her. And there's two people that you cannot fool when you're looking in that mirror. That's yourself and God. You can't fool God and you can't fool yourself. You might fool people, but you can't fool yourself. When you look in that mirror, you get up in the morning. You look in that mirror and you talk to that person that you're looking at and you tell him what you want to be. I'm going to be this. I am going to be this. I am going to be this. And there's nobody who's going to stop me from reaching my goals. I can remember when I was about 15 years old, 14 years old, I used to actually dream that I was pitching in the big leagues for the Yankees. And I saw them, Joe DiMaggio, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, they were all on my team. Then all of a sudden, I feel my mother shaking me and saying, wake up, Tommy, it's time to go to school. Why did she take me away from that dream? I felt so real. I felt like I was actually pitching in the big leagues. And then, a number of years later, we're in Yankee Stadium and I'm in the bullpen. The manager walked out, Yogi Berra was the hitter, and he said, bring in the left-hander. And I took that long walk from the bullpen to the pitcher's mound. And I looked like this. I said, I've been here many times in my dreams. Dreams become reality. If you dream something, it could happen. If you believe in yourself, it could happen. That's why I'm not standing here to hear my voice. I didn't come here to hear myself speak. I came here to deliver a message. And I'm telling you, each and every one of you, what it's going to take for you to make it in life. You can be anything you want to be. All you have to do is believe it. All you have to do is work at it. Nobody's going to hand it to you, believe me. Nobody handed it to me, but I went on to become manager for the Dodgers for 20 years. When I was a kid like you guys, I didn't think I'd ever be in the Hall of Fame. But I'm there. How did I get to the Hall of Fame? The players put me in the Hall of Fame. The players played good for me. And that's how I got in the Hall of Fame. But what I'm trying to tell you is, you got to believe in yourself. You got to want it. And you got to want it bad. But you got to pay the price. And the price of success can only come through the avenue of hard work. Believe it. Look in that mirror every morning when you get up. And say, I'm going to be what I want to be. And there's nobody who's going to stop me from being what I want to be. Got it? That's what I'm here for. To tell you what you can accomplish, what you can do, what you can want. You can be whatever you want to be in this country. You think you can?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Because it's a great country, right?
Yes.
You could be whatever you want to be. And if things are tough, let me tell you something how tough it was when I was growing up. The soles on my shoes were so thin, I could step on a coin and tell you whether it was heads or tails. But I didn't complain. I didn't complain. We have 5 brothers. First, we loved God. And second, we did what we wanted to do. We wanted to be something, we became it. That's what you can do. Each and every one of you sitting here right now. Believe me when I tell you this. You could be anything you want to be in this country. You want to be a lawyer? You could be a lawyer. You want to be a dentist? You can be a dentist. Who's going to stop you? Nobody's going to stop you but yourself. You understand? That's why I'm here. I came here to deliver this message to each and every one of you. And what I've said to you today, you make sure you make it happen. Number one, make it happen. Number two, watch it happen. Number three, wonder what has happened. You got to make it happen. You can make it happen if you believe that you can. If you believe it, you can be anything you want to be in this country. You think I came from a rich family? We're poor. Very poor. But you know something? We loved each other and we had faith in God and we did what we tried to become in life. You got the same opportunity that I had. Don't ever think that you can't make it. The minute that you think you can't make it, you won't make it. You got to believe. You got to believe that you can accomplish whatever you want to be. But nobody's going to hand it to you. You're going to have to earn it. You understand? You're going to have to earn it. So I leave you with this final message. Whatever times, there are going to be tough times and there are going to be good times. You got to go over the bad times and think about the good times. You got to believe in yourself. Self-confidence is the first step. You won't fool yourself and you can't fool God. You want to be something? You can be it. Nobody's going to stop you from being. If you want to be a lawyer, who's going to stop you?
Nobody but myself.
Nobody but yourself. Absolutely. You can't go around making excuses. I don't have any. We don't have any money. Hey, some of the poorest people in the world became a success because they believed in themselves. They didn't stop and say, well, I can't do this and we don't have this. And all you're doing is alibiing. I don't care what you have. Whatever you have, you use it and believe in it. That's what you have to do. You got to believe in yourself. When you do that, you got a chance to make it in life. You can be anything you want to be. Listen, you don't get a good education, you're going to get a job that you're going to get paid by the hour. Right? If you get a good education, from here up, there's no telling how much you could make in life. But if you don't achieve it, if you don't get a good education, then you're going to wind up driving a truck or digging ditches all your life. Set your goals right now. What do you want to be and then go after it. Don't let anybody stop you from reaching your goals in life. You can be anything you want to be. But believe that you can be. So I say to you, good luck and God bless each and every one of you and thank you. And I'm going to tell you something else. If this baseball team don't win any games, I'm going to talk from this day, next year, the same date. I'll talk probably 1 million people. I will tell 1 million people how bad you guys are.
Have the boys put you guys eating lunch yet? Okay, so.
All right, you guys, you heard that. Right? What's the D's doing on your report card? That's no belief in yourself, right?
You can be better.
You're a smart man right here.
Sure. God gave you brains. Use them.
Discipline.
And remember one thing. Another thing is, when you go to bed tonight, do me one favor. Kiss your mom goodnight. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Will you do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll see.
Let's take this real one more time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, boys.
I enjoyed coming here more than you enjoyed having me here. So I made it from the ground up. You can too.